Some Western media have been accusing Chinese diplomats of being more aggressive and calling them wolf warriors. But are they? Hua Chunying, spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, posted this tweet and was labeled as a wolf warrior. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian tells the truth about Xinjiang. Former Chinese ambassador to the UK, Liu Xiaoming, responded to the wolf warrior allegation.
So what exactly is wolf warrior, and what do ordinary Chinese people think about it? I'm Jessica Luo, and on this episode of Dialogue with China, let's hit the streets of Beijing and find out. Wolf warrior is a term to describe Rambo-like Chinese blockbusters, where one Chinese soldier fights against evil and defends national interests. But some media outlets, especially in the West, have used the term to describe Chinese diplomats. So what do ordinary Chinese people think about this accusation?
战狼外交的话，你让别人知道国家的强硬，可能对于某些问题来说，可能你确实需要那样的姿态。
说明中国的实力是在不断的强大。
我没觉得有多么强硬啊，是正常的表达嘛。
不管叫什么战狼外交也好，这个绵羊外交也好，其实都是为了维护自己国家的核心利益。
我觉得其实西方媒体对我国的这种污名化已经不是一天两天了，对吧？所以其实今天可能是战狼，明天可能就会是别的词儿。
Some Western news outlets have long been known for distorting facts when reporting China. For example, the BBC has been criticized for using a gray filter, making everything look creepy on the streets of Wuhan. The color twisting is so obvious that many viewers have pointed it out in the comments. These are among many cases of fabricating facts from some Western news outlets.
It is true, Chinese diplomats are becoming more vocal than before. But isn't it just a rightful justification to the provocation, blame games, smearing attempts, done in a style that adapts more to today's social media world?
To have a deeper look into the question, I visited Xie Tao, Dean of School of International Relations and Diplomacy of Beijing Foreign Studies University.
Countries are so different in terms of their political institutions, values, and the norms. The world is so politically diverse that there could be no so-called end of history. That is, all the countries in the world would adopt the same political model. That is absolutely wrong, and that is just an illusion. Our spokespersons were fighting back against the Western criticism of Chinese foreign policy, and so these Westerners could not get used to this Chinese counter-criticism and the Chinese rebuttal of their criticism. And so they came up with this term, wolf warrior. But it's absolutely right for any country to defend its own interests when they are threatened, when the country is wrongfully accused by foreign governments. Now, if you accuse us of doing something that we have never done, and if you try to violate our sovereignty, if you try to jeopardize China's territorial integrity, and so obviously and naturally, I think any country in the world, their government spokesperson would fight back. And so I would say that as China becomes stronger, more powerful, becomes globally influential, there is this rising expectation among the Chinese people that Chinese government should act more proactively to protect the Chinese interests and to promote Chinese values. The most important difference among governments in the world concerns not the form of government, but the degree of government. I think today, why President Joe Biden and many other Western leaders are getting so worried about the Western democracy because they are facing a degree of government problem at home. Healthcare, infrastructure, climate change, racial injustice, immigration crisis. But then look at the Chinese government in terms of governance, pandemic control, infrastructure. So the Chinese government is absolutely doing, I would say, a far better job in terms of the degree of government, that is governance.
For Chinese diplomats, it's about telling the truth and setting the record straight. As to China's response as being labeled wolf diplomacy, maybe it's best summarized by the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying's comment.
如果有些人因为中国面对毫无底线的恶意的攻击、抹黑和谩骂做出回击，说明事实真相，就把中国外交称作战狼外交的话，那么为了维护中国自身的正当合法权益，为了维护中国的主权安全、发展利益，为了维护国家的利益与尊严，为了维护国际的公平与正义，就做战狼又何妨呢？